I'm going to let different organizations welcome their students, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Vikram, do you want to go ahead and say anything?
Yeah, hi. Good evening, everybody. My name is Vikram Anand. I represent a company called Crayons Academy for Skills Excellence. We are into college sports admissions, and we have an athlete development program. We obviously help students with college sports admissions anywhere in the world. Obviously, US is one of the most, US and Canada are one of the most popular places for college sports. And every year, a lot of our students attend camps, showcase events from many different type of sports. Some of the golfers go and play golf tournaments in the US. The soccer players go for ID camps and showcase events. The tennis players go and do tennis showcase events. So obviously, sports is all about teamwork, leadership, and the programs by NSLC are very much aligned with what we teach our children or guide our children towards. And I thought it would be a great opportunity for everybody to learn about these programs, and I thought that this will be a great informative session for everybody. I'll hand off to my good friend Charu Sheila, and she'll introduce herself as well. Charu?
Yes, thank you so much, Vikram. It's so lovely that our organizations could come together for this one session. So thank you, NSLC, for making that happen. Yeah, and so we are University Connection, and I'm very happy to see all my students here, at least the ones who promised that they would be here. And as you all know, we of course, I've always said that college planning and college preparedness is actually linked with life preparedness. So, whatever you do when you're getting ready for college, you're actually going to end up doing in life as well. At University Connection, of course, we believe in empowering your career choices through a third parent like intervention that allows every student to be more. And today's session on leadership is actually aligned with being more. And how do you be more when it comes to leadership? I think today we're going to hear Freddie and the other team members here at NSLC, and we are hoping that some new insights come through, and they help our students to become the leaders for tomorrow. And with that, of course, I hand it over to Patty, who is the Director of Scholarships, International Admissions Coordinator, Director of Operations, Chicago, Seattle, NLC. She's our go-to person at NSLC. Thank you for making time, and thank you for students who have actually been part of NSLC, especially at UC Berkeley. I think back, we've always reached out to you for our student programs or otherwise. So over to you.
Well, thank you. And I'm impressed you had all of my titles because I normally leave them out because it's so many, but thank you for the introduction and thank you both for having us. I really appreciate getting to be here with both of your organizations today. So my name is Patty Hester, and I work for the National Student Leadership Conference. Like she said, I also was a student of the National Student Leadership Conference in 2003. So in addition to working here for years, I actually was sitting where you were quite a long time ago, considering what I wanted to do for university, what I wanted to do in the summer, and attended NSLC. And obviously it had an impact on my life. I've worked here for 12 years since. And what I will tell everyone is you're going to come for the subject that you think. You're going to come, I did international diplomacy, there's acting, theater, engineering, medicine, but you're going to leave remembering leadership. And that's kind of what we are here today to do with everybody. So for those of you that don't know, the National Student Leadership Conference, we run academic leadership programs for high school students and middle school during the summer. We have been around since 1989, so about as long as I've been around, and we run 6 to 18-day conferences and have over 30 areas of career programs for students to choose. And that's what I mentioned earlier. So international diplomacy, engineering, medicine, there's hopefully something for everybody. For students from Crayons Academy, we also have sports management, which might tie into what you're looking into in the future as well. We have students from over 70 countries, and part of the really cool thing that myself and my director, who I'll introduce you to shortly, get to do is we get to travel around the world normally and meet students like you. Last year I was in India and got to meet both the directors of your organizations, which was a great experience, and hopefully I'll be back soon. But something really cool about this year, unique, is that we get to be with you even though we can't be. And so that's what we get to do here today. And you get to be with our leadership facilitators, and you'll get to meet, well, many of you've already met Freddie, but you'll get to meet and work with him shortly. So that is a little bit about the NSLC. And we get to be here today because of the Director of International Outreach, Dr. Andrea Maldonado.
Oh, thank you so much, Patty, for the lovely introduction. And thank you, Crayons Academy for Skills Excellence and University Connection for having us here today. We are really honored to be a part of your leadership journey. Freddie Silveria is an amazing person to introduce. I'm just thrilled to be able to welcome him to all of you. He is an international youth speaker and facilitator. And for the last 6 years, he has spoken with over 100,000 middle and high school students, just like yourselves, about leadership, empathy, and character. His leadership summits and school presentations are interactive, exciting, and useful in the real world. Freddie joined the NSLC as a leadership facilitator in 2018 and has served NSLC's programs at Georgetown and Harvard Medical School. And in addition to the difference he makes in young people's lives, Freddie owns FSA Auctions, where he is a professional fundraising consultant and auctioneer for nonprofit, school, and charity events. He helps clients fundraise millions of dollars every year for their philanthropic missions. Pretty amazing. And some fun facts about Freddie. He raised 300-pound pigs for 12 years. He broke his arm trying to impress a girl. It didn't work, by the way. And he has a crazy talent of wiggling his ears wildly. So let's give it up for Freddie. Welcome to India.
Welcome, welcome. Hey. I didn't bring the pigs with me this morning, but good to see you. All right, do me a favor. If you could point at the person right next to you on the screen. We've got this giant gallery view of everybody. Point at the person to your right and say, hey. I love how we're all on mute, so I can't hear anybody. So Patty, come off of mute. That way I can hear somebody. Now do me a favor. Point at the person on your left and say, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Nobody on my
What's
left.
up?
All right. Now do me a favor. Point at the person right below you on the gallery and say, you look good.
You look
You
good.
look good.
Gorma.
One last one. Do me a favor. If you could point at yourself and say, we look good.
We look good.
You look good.
Well, it is so good to see you, and I'm so grateful to be here. And today is about leadership going all in, and it's going to go super fast. And my intention is to create a safe environment for us to go all in. So let's get started. Do me a favor. If you can cross your arms for me, kind of like this, cross your arms. All right. Now notice when you crossed your arms, is your right arm over your left arm, or is your left arm over your right arm? Just take a look. All right. Now raise your hand if your right arm is over your left arm. Raise your hand if your right arm is over your left arm. When you crossed your arms, does your right go over your left or your left go over your right? Raise your hand if your right goes over your left. All right. Raise your hand if your left goes over your right. Oh, okay. Wow. See, yeah, we've got a lot of folks in common here. Okay. Now do me a favor. Try to cross your arms the opposite way of normal. So if you normally cross with your right over your left, try your left over your right. All right. Yeah, it's kind of different. Yeah, Dr. Dre, I see your face over there. You're like, what are we doing? All right, now shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, now here's something to think about. Raise your hand if when crossing your arms over the opposite way, that felt a little different. Kind of felt a little different. Yep. All right, see some hands raised. All right, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see it. You can also raise the hand in the actions. Yeah, I see the hands coming up. I love it. Yeah, hey, there we are. Good to see you. So here's the thing. Yeah, look at everybody coming in. Look at this. This is awesome. So do me a favor, cross your arms one more time, just normal, whatever is normal for you. All right. So there was a study in 2009 that found out that it says something about how we cross our arms. So raise your hand one more time if when you cross your arms, your right arm goes over your left. All right. Take a look around, see those that you have in common with you, the right's over their left. That study says that those that raise their right over their left, if you cross your right arm over your left, those people are normally better looking. I know. But wait, hang on. Raise your hand if your left goes over your right. That same study says these people are normally smarter. I know. So take a look around, see if your tribe. So today it's about when we cross our arms. Sometimes we cross our arms as normal, and sometimes we cross our arms as a little bit different. And in terms of the better looking and smarter thing, I'll be honest with you, I kind of made it up a little bit, but I just want to have some fun with you and have a good time. So, but some of you, when I said switch your arms, some of you switched over. You're like, no, going this way. So I am so grateful that you're joining us today. And I just want to share with you that one thing about leadership is when we try to cross our arms the opposite way of normal, many times that's the idea of it can be uncomfortable and it can be this opportunity for us to try something new. So that's a little bit about what today is about. So we're going to try something totally different now. As you can tell, I like to have fun and be interactive. So do me a favor, if you can scoot your chair back a little bit, here. All right, so we're going to try this next piece. The next piece is, do me a favor, and if you can just stand up real quick and then sit down. Stand up. And sit down. All right, now we're going to try this again. So do me a favor, take a look around. See this? I see some smiley faces going on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try the difference between eager and willing. So as a leader, the difference between eager and willing. So do me a favor, in the chat bar, if you can just comment in the chat bar, what is the difference between eager and willing? When you're thinking of as a leader, what is the difference between being an eager leader and a willing leader? I'll willingly do something. So let's see what we have in the chat bar here. The difference between eager and willing. What does that mean to you? All right. We'll wait for the comments to come into the chat. I can see everybody's typing right now. They're like, whoo. The difference between an eager leader and a willing leader. Eager is more committed and passionate than willing. Yes, definitely. Let's see if we got some more comments coming in here. Eager is more committed. Eager is excited, and willing is okay. I love it. I love it. We got some great ones coming in. So let's try this. Eager is to be really excited, while willing is, well, whatever. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I like it. So do me a favor. Let's practice standing up willingly, just willingly. So how would that look? All right. Yeah, I'll try this. Yeah. All right. Now try this one for me. Try standing up eager as fast as you can. All right. Now let's try willing one more time. Willing, just, yeah, nice and slow. Yeah. All right. All right. Now one more time. I'm going to take a look. We're going to see the most eager person on the screen. Ready, set, go. I love it. I love it. I love it. I see I see a couple of you getting up nice and fast.
I thought
So-
Charu just left.
So one of the things about leadership is this difference between eager and willing. And a lot of times when we talk about leadership going all in, a lot of times we say, okay, yeah, we're going to go for it. You know, maybe it's playing sports or it's playing musical instruments, or maybe it's in career planning. And you have this concept of, you know what, I'll go for it. But it's this idea and this attitude of, when I go all in, is it eager or is it willing? And so I would just encourage you, as you start to grow into going into college and moving on into career, you start to always kind of keep in your mind about attitude. And am I going to be focused on being eager or willing? So let's try a different one. Do me a favor. If you can kind of just practice butting in, but if you had a shirt that had buttons on it and you were going to, like Dr. Dre there, she's got a button up t-shirt. If you were going to have a button up shirt, do you start with the buttons on the top and work your way down? Raise your hand if you start. Oh, I'll give you the three options. Do you start with the buttons on the top and work your way down? Do you start with the buttons on the bottom and work your way up? Or do you start with the buttons in the middle and kind of hope for the best one way or another? So do me a favor. Raise your hand if you start with the buttons on the top and go down. Dr. Dre, yeah, I see ya. Oh, yeah, we've got all kinds of folks. Yep. All right. Now raise your hand if you start with the buttons on the bottom and work your way up. Okay, yeah, we've got a couple of you. Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Is there anybody that starts with the buttons in the middle and kind of hopes for the best one way or another, up or down? That's me. So here's the thing. The thing is, we all have habits. And as a leader, we have these habits. How do we, a lot of us, we never really think about it. It's like, oh, I button up my t-shirt. I start with the buttons on the top and go down. But this idea of, we all have habits. And as a leader, it's important to recognize and understand, what are our habits. I'll give you another one. Check this out. When you have a pair of pants, all right, so you've got some pants here. When you have a pair of pants, do you put your left leg in first? Do you put your right leg in first? Or are you a hopper that does kind of the bunny hop, trying to hop into your pants? So do me a favor, raise your hand if you put your left leg in first. Where's all our left leg pant persons? All right, yeah, I see you, yeah. Who's our right leg? Anybody put their right leg in first? Yeah, look at all the right legs. I love it. We got so many right legs. Do we have any hoppers in here? They put both legs in at the same time and hop around. I've hopped before, I'll be honest with you. So I love it. We've got some hands coming in here. I love it. So the idea of habits, whether it's buttoning up shirts or putting on pants, it's this concept of leaders. As leaders, we always have habits. And it's important for us to recognize what are those habits and just to be aware of those. So a lot of things that we've covered so far is this idea of intention, having the right intention as a leader, this idea of the attitude about being eager and willing, going all in. And now this idea about, we all have habits, and it's important for us to recognize some of those habits. Now, I know it's kind of funny. We're putting on shirts and we're putting on pants and we're thinking about these habits, but I'm wondering, what are some of the other habits that you might have? And I'm wondering, what are some of the habits that are helping us be the very best leaders we can be, that are going all in? So let's try another one. Check this out. Do me a favor. If you can make an OK symbol right here on the screen, an OK symbol like this. All right, kind of wave it around so we can see your OK symbol. Yep, I see you. Yeah, we got the OKs. So do me a favor. Wave it to the left. Now wave it to the right. Now wave it back and forth. Wave, wave, wave the OK, OK, OK. Now put it right here on your cheek. Right here on your cheek. Right here on your cheek. Yes, right here on your cheek. And clap once, clap twice. All right. So here's another concept about leadership. I'm seeing all your smiley faces. I love it. This concept of leadership is, we're waving around our OK sign and we put it right here on our cheek. Right here on our cheek. Sometimes when I put it on my cheek, sometimes I put it over here on my cheek, but today we've got it right here on our chin. So when we think about leadership, it's important for us to remember that a lot of times as leaders, our actions speak louder than our words. And that's another thing to leave us with today as we start to think about going all in as leaders. Our actions really do speak louder than our words. We've probably heard that phrase before, and we're like, oh yeah, you know, actions speak louder than words. But when we put the OK symbol right here on our cheek and we're following what we see as opposed to what we hear, it's very important for us to remember that our actions speak louder than our words. So we've got these habits, we've got this attitude, and putting the intention together. Now we're starting to kind of think of some themes that are important as we look at leadership and going all in. So here's the deal. I've got one last activity for us. One last activity, and this one's going to be super fast. You can tell I move pretty quick here. So this last activity, there's going to be a prize. And the prize I'll let you know is, in just a second, I'll let you know. So the activity, you've got one chance at this. We're not going to do 2 or 3 rounds. We're going to do 1 round. And the activity is called a scavenger hunt. So what's going to happen in just a second is I'm going to give you an object that's in your room or house or wherever you are. I'm going to give you an object, and the very first person to go grab that object in a different room, because I guarantee you it's probably not in the room you're in right now. The first person to go grab the object, bring it back, and show it right here on the screen is going to win the prize. So get ready. Here we go. Remember the difference between eager and willing. Dr. Dre, you're going to have to take your headphones off because they might be running with you. Here we go. The very first person very eagerly to go find a toothbrush and bring it back first wins. Go. Yes, 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 yes. We did it. I love it. I love it. I see. I want to make sure I say your name right. We've got our winner here by a long shot. Your last name, Sardana. Help me out here. How do I?
Sardana.
Sardana. Sardana. Woohoo! That was awesome. That was so cool. So another habit of leadership is really good hygiene. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So thank you very much. That's the idea of going all in. And it's this attitude that we have as leaders of, hey, here, oh, we forgot the prize. The prize is a round of applause. A round of applause. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
So as a leader, it's remembering that it's about going all in. I know we're on Zoom right now and we're all in our separate rooms and whatnot, but the fact that all of you that I can see here went all in, you went for a toothbrush and you're like, yeah, let's do this. That's the thing about leadership, is going all in. So I'm going to leave you with a story, one final story here. And this is a story, personal story from me about leadership when I was your age. When I was 15, I think I was 14 or 15 years old, I was in high school, secondary school, or whatever school. Everybody has different names for school. I was in school, and my job in school was to help put on the pep rallies. Go figure. I was the guy, the rally guy, the energy guy that helped get people excited for their sporting activities in high school. And one of the things that I did was put on these rallies. And I one day was walking around campus at school, and I saw this boy. And this boy I had seen many, many times. He was very tall. He was about 6'4", And imagine somebody that's 6'4" in high school that is, your age. That's a pretty tall person, pretty tall. And I saw this boy, his name was Jason, and he was juggling these tennis balls. So whoa, he was juggling these tennis balls. I get kind of excited, so I hit my laptop on accident. So this boy was juggling these tennis balls at break, and I went up to him and I said, "Hey, what's your name?" He goes, "What do you want?" I go, "Oh no, hey, I'm Freddie. I'm a guy in leadership, and I'm putting on some rallies. I was just curious, what's your name? And I thought what you do in the tennis ball juggling's pretty cool." He goes, "Yeah, okay, I'm Jason." And Jason, he kind of had this kind of demeanor to him that it was kind of like, oh, he wasn't really excited to talk to me. And so then we got to talk a little bit more, and he started to realize that I had good intentions. And my question for him was to see if he wanted to exhibit those skills of the juggling the tennis balls at our next pep rally. Our pep rally was going to be a time where all the students got together and they got excited about the upcoming sport activities. And Jason, he willingly said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. That sounds kind of cool. I enjoy juggling these tennis balls. And so then we got to talk some more. And I found out that Jason was a really good juggler. And so Jason, he gave me some ideas. He said, "Hey, Freddie, would you mind if I juggled some other things other than tennis balls?" And I was like, "What are you thinking?" And Jason said, "Well, what if I juggled fire?" I go, "You got to be kidding me. How do you juggle fire?" He goes, "Well, I've actually done it before. I get these long sticks and we put this fire on the end of them, and I've juggled them before. I really enjoy juggling, and I practice with my tennis balls to be able to do that." I go, "Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen." I don't think the school is going to let you juggle fire. But we did come up with a compromise. And so what was the compromise? That was that he could juggle swords. Now, these weren't sharp swords. These were fake swords. These were plastic swords that looked like swords. So he got this really cool idea to juggle these plastic swords. And when he heard that he had the chance to go in front of the entire school and show off his juggling skills, he got really excited, and I could see how his energy changed. So long story short, let me fast forward the story. Jason goes in front of 2,000 of his peers, 2,000 high school student peers, just like yourselves, and juggles these plastic swords. It was really cool. He dressed up and he had all the attire on, and he looked like Harry Potter or Thor or something like that. He looked like he was a pretty cool guy. So at the very end of his it was like a 30-second, 60-second set. Everybody stands up and applauds and says, "Wow, that was really cool." So let me fast forward a little bit more. 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after that experience, Jason, he came back up to me in private. And Jason said, "Hey, Freddie, can I talk to you for a second?" I said, "Yeah, sure. What's up, Jason? That was super cool, man. You did a great job in that rally a couple weeks ago." He goes, "I want to talk to you. I want to genuinely say thank you." And you could tell, you looked at his presence and his demeanor, and it was pretty serious. I mean, he wasn't joking around. He said, "I want to thank you very much." I go, "Why?" He goes, "You've given me an opportunity that I feel like I've never had." And I said, "What are you talking about? You did a great job juggling. We saw you do the tennis balls, and then you did the swords, and you wanted to do the fire, but the swords worked." And he goes, "I want to thank you because for the last 2 years, I've been walking around campus, and I know I'm tall, and I know I juggle tennis balls. And, I feel like a lot of times people just kind of look at me weirdly, or they look at me differently." And he said, "The last 2 weeks, ever since that rally, I've had more people come up to me and say, 'Juggler dude, that was awesome, man.'" People don't necessarily know my name, but they remember the juggling, and how I felt has been amazing. And I can only imagine, the impact that we were able to make in his life that day. Somebody that maybe didn't have a lot of friends, or somebody that, people didn't talk to a lot. And all of a sudden, as a leader, we can make an impact today. And it's not necessarily, 5, 10 years, 15 years from now. It's an impact that as teenagers, we can all make today in somebody else's life. So the last thing I'd leave you with is a famous quote that sums up the story about Jason. And the quote is by a lady named Maya Angelou. Does anybody know Maya Angelou? I see some smiles. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Some of your professors and teachers know who Maya Angelou is. If you're not sure who Maya Angelou is, I'd encourage you to reach out to one of your colleagues and one of your friends. They might know. But Maya Angelou, for some of you that don't know, she was a famous poet. I like to think of her as the female version of Martin Luther King. A lot of us maybe know Martin Luther King. I seeing some head nods there. Yeah. So kind of think of the female version of Martin Luther King. Maya Angelou said a very famous quote, and you can Google this if you type into Google, and it's really stuck with me. And I think it's the one quote that embodies what it means to be a leader and go all in. And she said, "People forget what you said. People forget what you did, but people never forget how you made them feel." People forget what you said, forget what you did, but people never forget how you made them feel. So when we think about leadership, I know I had that long story with Jason and we were laughing and giggling and we were like, you're like, I need a break. That's the idea about leadership. It's this concept of, are we being eager versus willing? Are we going all in when we're getting that toothbrush? Is it this concept of habits? Being mindful of what are some of the habits that you have, and just knowing what those are and knowing how can I be a better person because of them. And then the last thing was this idea of your actions speak louder than your words. So you have been a lot of fun. Thank you so very much. Give yourselves a round of applause. Make sure to brush our teeth every day, at least once, maybe twice, maybe a couple times. Thank you very much. So do me one last favor. Point at the person on your left and say, have a good day.
Have a good day.
Hey, Patty. Yeah. Now do me a favor. Point at the person to your right and say, have a good day too.
Have a
Have a
good
good
day,
day.
too.
Have a
Point
good
at
day,
yourself
too.
and say, we did it.
We did
We
it.
did it.
All right, Patty, Dr. Dre, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Freddie. Let's all give Freddie one round of applause, whether you're on camera or not. Thank you, Freddie. I don't know if anyone noticed, but it is 6:30 a.m. where he is, and that's his energy. So just imagine him at your time of day. But thank you, Freddie. That was so much fun. A great way to start our day and hopefully end everyone else's. Dr. Maldonado, Dr. Dre is putting some information in the chat. So if you're interested in connecting with Freddie or connecting with NSLC, all of that information is in there, including Instagram, website, all of that are emails. So feel free to reach out to us for anything. Freddie, myself, we're happy to help you. What I say, Freddie, if you befriend him on Instagram, he has plenty of friends, do it. NSLC International is new. We don't have plenty of friends. Come be our friend. So, when you see somebody's new handle, the first day you get in, you friend everybody you know. We need that. Come be our friend. So thank you all for joining us today. I know that myself and Dr. Dre can stay on for a few minutes, answer any questions, concerns. Freddie might be able to hang out, might have something to do, like go brush his teeth for the first time today, who knows. But thank you all. So Crayons Academy for Skills Excellence, University Connection, it has been so lovely to be with you, and hopefully we will see you in person in the near future.
Thank you so much, Patty. Dr. Dre, thank you, Freddie. This was amazing. And I'm sure the students, I think what you've shared with them is going to stay with them for life. Thank you.
Wonderful, Freddie. That was amazing. Great energy. Loved it.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, follow Freddie on Instagram for energy tips.
Yes.
And hygiene tips.
And hygiene.
You should sell coffee on commission.
It's a taste of what we do, right? On summer
Yeah.
at our summer programs.
Those really long days, then you get a start or end with a leadership facilitator like Freddie, and it makes it worth it.
But do share with
I'm
us
going to
how
be
you,
mindful about buttoning my shirts now.
I don't own any shirts with buttons purposely, so I was like, what would I do?
I'm sure you put your pants on sometimes, Patty.
I do put that one I was ready for. That one. I'm not just all dresses all the time. I put on pants, but I honestly, the last time I wore a button-up shirt was in 2019, the one Andrea's wearing. So I was like, what would it be? I know it's not the middle though. I can safely say that.
well, do share with the students. I mean, how can they sign up for the programs? Are you
Yeah.
having an online version this year? What are you doing?
So as of right now, so actually, sadly, in the month since the three of us and Freddie connected, we have had some sites closed just due to COVID restrictions, using their space for students or, COVID training, things like that. So we do still have several campuses open, and as long as we have more than half, we will be running our programs in person. As we get closer to summer, we'll see if they're virtual. But if you are interested and want to travel to the US, and we're working with our university on those policies, so please email me directly if you have any questions. But if you're feeling like this summer that's something you're interested in trying, definitely we can help you enroll. You can either be nominated by one of the two organizations, so you guys could nominate a student. We're also just under a month from the scholarship deadline. So a quicker way is for them to enroll directly themselves through the link on our website, which Andrea put in. At the top right, there's a big blue button that says enroll now. The majority of our programs, while there's, about half as many as normal, do still have space. And they would just follow those steps. They could put in one of your names as a reference, and we would just send you 3 short questions about them. And so it's pretty simple to get enrolled. Also right now, just while you're thinking like, hey, this might be something I want to do in August, but who knows what the world will look like. If you do it now, we also have full refunds for any reason through May 1st. And if we need to push that back based on if we don't have enough information at that time, we will. But for now, that's the date to keep in mind. And that process is the same for next year. So if 2021 feels too up in the air, we will be back, all of our campuses, hopefully back in Singapore, maybe even Canada, in 2022. And so some of those options might sound a little better as well. You can attend any of your 4 years of high school, and you can attend after your senior year if that's what 2022 would look like.
And just a shout out, I'll be at UCLA. So if you want to come join me, come Los Angeles, Southern California, UCLA, we've got business and health programs. So UCLA. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And Freddie doesn't know this, but I'll be at UCLA.
Yeah.
So I'll be at UCLA and then Seattle. I'm just coming to hang out at UCLA. So
Woohoo! So you can come see Patty too.
there we go. We'll figure out by summer how I button my shirt. I know everyone won't sleep until then. Yeah, any other questions?